So there I am in Cozumel, Mexico on vacation with my family. It's a beautiful blue sky day. We're on the beach, nice clear water. And we're just walking down the beach, and this guy is walking towards us. And this dude, the first thing in my mind, I was like, this dude is huge, like muscle stacked, huge. And I trained with some pretty muscular people, but this guy was a whole different exception, like whole different. Like I said, it was just a different category of huge. So he's walking towards me. We're about to cross paths, and he looks familiar. I was thinking, I know this guy. I've seen this guy, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it because he was wearing sunglasses, and I was thinking, man, I know this guy. I've seen him around somewhere before. And he's literally like inches away from me now. And I get a closer look. I was like, in my mind, I was like, that's Ronnie Coleman, the Mr. 8-time Olympia champion, Ronnie Coleman. Like, just inches away from me. So I just wanted to make sure. I was like, I yelled out his name. I was like, Ronnie? He's like, yeah. I was like, Coleman? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh man, Ronnie Coleman, like just right in front of my face. And then the first thing that popped in my mind when he said yeah, I was like, the first thing that popped in my mind was when I was really little, I saw this magazine. I believe it was like Muscle Mag, and he's sitting on a throne, and he's got a king's crown on, and I believe he's holding a scepter, and he's got the red cape. And in my mind, when I saw that picture of him sitting on that throne, I was like, this is not a real picture. I was thinking, there's no way that a person can be like this. And wouldn't you know, he's standing right in front of me. So after I said Ronnie Coleman, he's like, yeah. He puts his hand out, and we slap five, and we do a little chest bump. And I was thinking, oh, Ronnie, this is awesome. I know you're with your family, but would you mind, could I get a couple pictures with you? So my family's there, and everything's cool. We're just standing there taking pictures. And all of a sudden, he flexed on me, like he flexed on me hard, and it covered my face. His bicep was covering my face. And the first thing that popped in my mind was, because the bicep casted this big shadow, I was like, is there a solar eclipse? I don't remember the news person or anyone telling me that there was going to be a solar eclipse that day. So I'm thinking, man, there's a shadow and the sun's out, but there's all of a sudden, and then the only thing that snapped me out of that thought was, I could feel someone pushing on me, leaning on me, and I snap out of it, and it's Ronnie Coleman. He's still flexing, and he's pushing me out of the picture. I was thinking in my mind, I was like, Ronnie, how could you do this to me after all that we've been through? Ronnie, like, my family is just right there watching, and you're pushing me out of that picture frame. And I was like, no, Ronnie, you can't do this. if my family was not here, it'd been a different story. But there's, like I said, my family's there. I was like, no, Ronnie, you can't do this. So I flexed on him too. And then I started flexing on him, and then he was leaning on me, so I leaned on him. And the first thing I thought when I started leaning on him was a brick wall. Like the term, when you run into a brick wall, or when you run into a concrete wall, literally and figuratively speaking, that's what it felt like. Like it was a brick wall. I remember his hair on his arm had muscle. So even the hair was pushing me out of the picture. So I lean on him, and he's leaning on me, and then we just stop, and then we start both cracking up laughing, and we shake hands, and I thank him very much for that picture, and we go on our separate way. So it was an awesome experience meeting Ronnie Coleman. And Ronnie, I know you're going to watch this video, so I just want to tell you thank you very much for taking the time out of your vacation and from your family to take as many pictures as I wanted. Like you was so cool about it. You would have stood there. It felt like you'd be standing there all day if I just started taking all those. If I just kept taking pictures, I believe that you would have just stood there and smiled. And I really appreciate you taking the time. And there's millions and millions of people that you've touched and motivated, and we all know that you are going through some surgery, or you recently had surgery, and we wish you nothing but the healthy and speedy recovery from those surgeries. And we know that you'll be back, champ, because you are the 8-time Mr. Olympia champion. So thank you, Ronnie, and we'll see you soon.